This is cool, dude. I think one of these at home.
Good evening. The April 17th regular board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings, provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the view of others. B, roll call. Mr. Hughes.
Present.
John Lloydson and San Gabriel will be here later. Mr. Sanchez.
Here.
Miss Mann is not here. Mrs. Mann is not here tonight, and Mrs. Hernandez is not here at the moment. I am here, Carla Corona. Closed session 2A. Are there any comments from the public on closed session items?
We have no comments from the public at this time.
The Board of Trustees will go into closed session and reconvene the regular meeting at 7 p.m. All right, everyone, good evening. We're going to reconvene the regular meeting.
Welcome to the Antelope Valley Union High School District Board of Trustees meeting. This board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the views of others. Those wishing to address items on the agenda and matters that are not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of the AVUHSD board shall do so in person, complete a speaker form, and give it to the designee before the public comment portion of the meeting. The speaker form must be given to Ms. Orozco before the board president announces the item. Once the item has been called, we will no longer accept new cards. Ms. Orozco will call the individual's name to come up to the podium to provide their comments. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. A total time for public input on each item shall be limited to 20 minutes. Non-agendized items are limited to a total allotment of 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish a time allotment to another speaker. The district encourages members of the public to attend board meetings and to address the board concerning any item on the agenda or within the board's jurisdiction. The board does not prohibit public criticism of its policies, procedures, programs, services, acts, or omissions. Similarly, the board does not prohibit public criticism of district employees. Speakers are cautioned that no person is immune from liability for making intentionally false or defamatory comments simply because those comments are made at a public meeting. Attendees are also reminded of the board's civility policy, Policy 1313. This civility policy requires that members of the district staff will treat parents and other members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. The district is committed to maintaining disruption-free board meetings. The board will not permit any disturbance or willful interruption of its board meetings. Persistent disruption by an individual or group are grounds to terminate the privilege of addressing the board. Persistent disruption by an individual shall be grounds for the board president to terminate the individual's privilege to address the board. The district promotes mutual respect, civility, and orderly conduct among district board members, district employees, parents, and the public. The district seeks public cooperation with this endeavor.
All right, 3B, presentation of colors,
Welcome to the Antelope Valley Union.
Little Rock High School, JROTC, please stand for the presentation of colors. Mr. Sanchez.
Right over your heart. Ready, begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Corona, before we move into the agenda, I'd like to request we pull item 9H and it'll be brought back at another meeting.
All right, removal of 9H. Thank you. And thank you, Little Rock High School, JROTC. All right, number 4, PINCO meeting. A, public comments from the floor for PINCO items. Are there any comments from the public on PINCO items?
I have no comments for PINCO.
All right. B, purchase order schedule PINCO. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve and authorize the purchases outlined on the attached schedule. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passes. 5A, reconvene regular meeting. 6, recognition, reports, and public comments. A, ICC student representatives. Tonight we have 3 from, we have Knight High School, Lancaster High School, and Sora High School, and Mr. San Gabriel.
Good evening, everyone. Let me present to you guys our first high school representation, beginning with Knight High School.
Good evening, District Board members. I'm Kelly Garcia, ASB representative.
I am Ricardo Alvarez, Senior Class President.
Hello, my name is Christian Castro and I'm an ASB representative. Firstly, we would like to start off with boys basketball. We are so proud of them on how they did in their Golden League Championship. They also won CIF, which is a very big thing for us. And we just like to give like a big thanks to them and how they did. And we want to continue seeing how they're going to do throughout the years. We also like to give recognition to our boys basketball again. And they got CIF Coach of the Year from Coach Hegri and Player of the Year from Amari Warren. And we also like to give recognition to our spring sports, which is track, swim, golf, volleyball, softball, and baseball.
Here I would like to introduce our senior signing day, which we had it open to family and friends, which came to celebrate our senior athletes who committed to their colleges for sports. And 2 of our girls committed to Westminster in Utah, and 1 of our girls committed to Howard College in Texas. And it was just an amazing night to see them in their next chapter. We also have our spring rally, which its theme was Tangled Up in Spring. We had a lot of performances from our students and our athletes, which they participated in games. And one of our performances was Danza, which it was a newer club made recently, and Garage Band, which our band director is actually playing the drums because he had to fill in for somebody else, but it was just an amazing last year pep rally. We also have our military ball, which was held at Lancaster High School, where all ROTC members were invited to come join, and each school had their own court. And ours personally, our ROTC members nominated Major Hernandez's son, who is currently battling cancer, as king. And it was an amazing evening and everybody had a lot of fun. Here's our spring coffee house, which we host in the library once a semester. It's a music show, but it's done so well that we have opened it up to all of our students, that we plan to open it up to all of our students to showcase any kind of talent. And yeah. And then we have our Extraordinary Hawks prom, which is hosting with our special ed students. And we've done it over the years and it's been such a good turnout with our community and all the presentation that's been there that we've moved it from the small gym to the large gym.
So for our special education students, we also have prime time, which is just they get to participate in a wide variety of sports. Here they just finished their flag football season and they won at home. Moving on, we recently had our historically Black college university field trip, and a lot of our students were able to visit HBCUs over on the East Coast, which also included Howard University in DC, Norfolk State, Hampton University, both in Virginia, Valley State, and Morgan State in Maryland. Recently, some of our ASB students were able to attend the Castle Conference in Santa Clara. I would like to include both my sisters. They were recently voted to be ASB president and vice president. They also attended this conference. It is the California Association of Student Leaders, and it's a nationwide conference where many students from ASBs around the nation are able to attend and share ideas on how to grow school spirit and just make a positive impact on the campus. Moving on to our upcoming events, we have our Senior Spirit Week. It is the signing out week for our seniors where they were able to vote on dress up days. Our first day is dress up as a childhood photo. They're able to bring a childhood photo to campus and then dress up how they look like in that childhood photo. For Wear Your Future, they're able to wear college merch, which just they wear the college merch for their incoming for the college they have selected. And senior merch, which is merch they created on their own, and first day of school where they just dress up like first day of kindergartners. And then our junior and senior luau is just going to be an event right before our senior sunset. And it's going to be a long event where juniors and seniors are invited to go and sign their yearbooks. Yearbooks will be delivered on that day. And there'll also be like water games and just a luau theme. And we're going to close it out with our senior sunset right after.
And as it all comes to end, our biggest event of the year is graduation. And we just want to present that we felt so honored doing this throughout the years that we hope our next year's ICC students are just as honored as we have been. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Knight High School, Mr. Hughes.
Outstanding job, very proud.
Turn your- oh, it is.
Madam President, thank you. Congratulations, you guys are doing a great job. It's
not
a
working.
bass in my voice. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hernandez.
Incredible work. I think, was it Ricardo? Did you say your sisters went to CASL?
Yeah, it's the Castle Conference.
Yes, I'm assuming they're natural born leaders, correct?
Yes.
I'm sure they take after you. I'm assuming they're younger.
Yeah, they're currently sophomores and they're going to their junior year next year.
Wow, so you must have a powerful family. I'd like to be at your family dinners.
Mm. Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah, good job on the whole presentation, and I'll be there on June 4th for the Wednesday on the graduation, for sure. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for that presentation.
And oh wait, I'm not done. I just had a question. Where's the luau held since it's so outdoor and you're gonna have water sport or water activities?
So it's going to be held in our football stadium
Oh,
because
okay.
that's kind of where it's mostly open.
Great.
And yeah, we're going to try to plan it that it's right after school. So the sun is still out and it's still kind of hot and it's not cold.
Yeah. And I just want to, your sister's kind of piggybacking on what Mrs. Hernandez says. It's amazing to see that because that is really important in our schools is to have this sense of the siblings going together in an educational setting. And that's great that you're providing that role model to them. So thank you, all three of you.
Now let's welcome to the podium Lancaster High School.
Good evening,
Welcome.
Board and Cabinet. My name is Alexandria McLean, and I am the ASB President of Lancaster High School, and this is our BOC presentation. Just to start off, if you'd like to look at your screens, this is a quick look so you can see our board members closer up in case you don't catch the names of their faces here. So I want to start off with behind the scenes. My lovely friends to the side of me, we work really hard. We love ASB, we're passionate, and we get the recognition for it. But these are three people who do so much work and such big parts of ASB, and they don't get that same recognition. So we wanted to do that today. First, we have Genesis Castro. She has stepped up to run our student store, which is one of our big income ways for ASB, and she just did it all on her own. She creates a schedule. It's really amazing. We have Isaiah, who we weren't able to get a picture of, but he creates all of our really intricate drawings for our pep rallies, and he's also become kind of like the school photographer. He takes a lot of photos for our school, and when anybody needs him, they just kind of ask for him. And last but not least, we have Shay Hodges, who has created Iron Eagles at our school, which is a club that just builds all these things out of wood, metal, anything you can think of. And he has stepped out of that to help ASB and build our props for pep rallies. And he has also helped bring in a car show for our luau's. So we just want to be able to recognize these individuals.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Daniel Ruby. I'm ASB Vice President, and I'm going to be starting the presentation off why our Thanksgiving Spirit Day. So we had this day on the Friday of the week before our Thanksgiving break, and we had our mascot going around taking different pictures, but we also had a non-ASB student. She's a freshman, so she's completely new to the school. She actually came to ASB and asked if she could dress up as a turkey and go around along with our mascot and take pictures with everyone, and we completely agreed and let her, and she had such an amazing time.
Good evening, I'm Emily Cortez. We hosted the Winter Wonderland on December 12th for $5 an entry. It was open to everyone in the community. We had a club rush, performances from our clubs, and a tree lighting. Our Iron Eagles helped us make a beautiful maze showing all the winter characters. They really add the Christmas spirit. We had a Winter Spirit Week that happened on December 9th through the 13th. Each day had a different theme. Students got to participate in their warmest clothes. This was also a fun way for all of us to celebrate the holiday season and show school spirit.
ASB went on their annual leadership camp to Knott's Berry Farm for the first time ever. World Strides this is the first time that they've completely held it at Knott's Berry Farm. We usually go to Disneyland, but this time we went to Knott's Berry Farm, which was even more special. We first had our conference with everyone, and then afterwards we got to have fun with the rest of the day at Knott's Berry Farm.
Good afternoon, I'm Candy Fran-Smith, the secretary, and this is our open house club rush. This is a little bit more different because we had our teachers there and our clubs as well. Our teachers are mainly there to answer questions for our parents, but our students are the ones who are really engaging with everybody else. This is also a fundraiser for our clubs, so it's just a really great event for our community and school to come together and for them to gain new information. On the week of January 27th, we held our winter rally that honors our sports, and the theme was Wizard of Oz, and we had a great spirit week with tons of participation from not only our students, but our staff as well, and that's what gets our students so excited to come to school to see their teachers dressed up every day. And then on that Friday, we had our rally, which was amazing, and so many students had fun. We had performances from band and our dance team and our new club, PSDC, and Latin dance as well. And our BOC here actually dressed up as Wizard of Oz characters, which was a fan favorite from the crowd. All right, so next up we have Eagles Got Talent. I personally love this event. I feel like it's a great way to showcase some of our incredibly talented students that don't always get that spotlight. This year we had a lot of participation, and I think we made around $250. So our BSU decided to do this for Black History Month. They had a bunch of tables with just information advocating the month, and we also had our STEP team, which we had schools also, not just Lancaster performing, and it was a really big event. As you guys can see, we had a big crowd here, just showing how much the students wanted to be involved in this month.
Good evening, my name is Isa Maya, and for the first time ever, we had March Madness, and that's where we took all the ideas that were denied for Spirit Days and put them all in 1 month so our students can participate.
So this year, not only was it Lancaster High School's first time ever attending the military ball, but it was their first time hosting it. So it was absolutely amazing. We got lots of great feedback. We were told that it was better than most of the years like past so far. And we got to make a lot of new connections with businesses like Texas Cattle Company and BB's Designs to just kind of make those relationships. And they've actually offered to come back and just sponsor our events to where we don't have to pay for them. So this was really amazing and fun. Hi, good evening. My name is Vanessa, and the Senior Prom Expo was an after-school event where all local businesses were able to get together and show what they have to offer for our prom. There were things like tux rentals, prom dresses, hair, nails, accessories, everything seniors might need for their prom night. This is a great way for seniors or juniors to be prepared for prom while also supporting small businesses in the community. Moving on April 5th, we had our 2025 prom night at the Wallace Annenberg building. The theme was Beauty and the Beast, and the venue was very beautiful with elegant decorations. Tickets were $175, but students who pre-ordered with an ASB card received a $25 deduction, bringing the price to $150. Everyone dressed to impress, and the night was filled with unforgettable memories. On March 14th, during both A and B lunch, we put together fun math activities for the students to celebrate Pi Day. We had one of our math teachers, Mr. McMillan, to help us with some of those fun games that the students really enjoyed. So this is, I think, one of the first times we've done this. A lot of our feeder schools and just middle schools got to came to our high school and just see all of our teachers and our clubs that we have to offer. I myself is included in this. And it was just great. So I could kind of preach to the students like, oh, like why you should join this club or want to be in this particular academy. For the very first time this year, we actually had a snack rally for our primetime athletes so that they could get excited for their game and all the students around could come and support them. We had a performance from color guard and band and cheer as well. And so many kids showed up to support these kids and they just had an amazing time. All right, so last but not least, for upcoming events, first off, we have our annual Glow in the Dark rally, and this year it is themed Monsters Inc. Scare Floor specifically. The kids seem pretty excited about this theme, and we've had okay participation with our Spirit Days. We also have Grad Night coming up on May 21st at Universal Studios. We have our annual Luau/car show coming up. We also have something we're doing a little bit different this year is a Decision Day rally for our seniors, whether they're going to vocational school, the military, or to a university. We're hosting this to just kind of encourage them. We're going to have performances, and it's looking really good. We also are having our second SOCA senior to raise money for senior class for those incoming seniors to kind of replenish the account. We also have graduation on June 5th, and then we have our senior sunset and senior spirit week coming up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hughes.
I found a mic. Congratulations, outstanding job. Very impressed. Just keep up the great work. And these are our future leaders right here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mrs. Hernandez.
Alexandra, I always love to hear you speak. You're so memorable. That was the
Thank
first
you.
thing we mentioned.
Thank
You're very well spoken. You're not just in the spirit of leadership. You're natural born leader. I wanted to commend you for that. I also really appreciate how you gave recognition to those that work behind the scenes. That's excellent because it shows also commendable leadership skills to be able to recognize those that work behind the scenes. I was curious to find out about your ASB conference at Knott's Berry Farm. I know you had mentioned about doing the conference and then join. I'd like to hear a little bit more, maybe a few seconds of what you brought back from that conference.
Yeah, it's amazing every year. So we go to leadership camp and we get to learn new ways to be leaders, new ideas to bring to our schools, things like that. These leadership conferences that World Strides provides, they're a little bit different. We get to go and actually learn skills to better ourselves in order to be those leaders. So I don't know his last name, but Juan has been our speaker for the past 3 years that I've gone. And he's just always bringing these new ways that we can just better ourselves, better our health, to bring it back to school and be able to show up in these stressful leadership positions. And then, of course, we get to go to Knott's Berry Farm after that.
Well, the results are evident. I heard you say that you even had teachers participating in Spirit Week.
Yes, we do. Our teachers are pretty
remember
passionate
seeing-
about trying to get in there. Even our more quiet teachers, they love to participate in like sports spirit days. That's a pretty big thing at our school.
And then collaborating with small businesses. I think that's ingenious. You're bringing much needed resources to the schools and to your students. So I commend the entire team. Your hard work is absolutely noticeable and the presentation was incredible. Thank you
ma'am.
for displaying that to us today.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah, one thing I recognize is that I think it's the whole group, like the whole team. It's not I, it's we.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for recognizing the ones that you don't see. Cause that artistic guy, for example, I was that guy, doing all these big poster boards and everything and
Yeah.
never got recognized. You know what I mean? So you know what? You did the right thing. And as leaders, you guys have to be a team.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't do things by yourself. Just recognize that I appreciate that. Thank you.
Look at you now, Mr. Sanchez.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Yes, excellent, Lancaster. Again, I'm not going to repeat what they've said, but I agree 100%. And I wanted to mention the importance of the community building that you're doing, because it's really, I think, very brave even to
Yeah.
recognize that community really is a part of humanity and that we
Yes.
just need to do this together. I still would like us to talk about the prom cost. I feel I mean, it's costly, but
Yes.
we're working on ways to fix that. But thank you so much. And I remember most of you from our meeting last month, and I cannot wait for May. So hopefully you'll join us in May again.
President, can I jump in on
Please.
it too? One of the things that we were really excited to get into the center over at the fairgrounds that we helped get the use agreement with is going to absolutely lower the cost of prom, because we're going to have a facility that we don't have to rent out. It's ours, or we get to use it. And of course, with the culinary, and we get our kids in there potentially producing our food for a lot cheaper, maybe at cost. So hopefully in the next couple of years, in about 2 years, we're going to get that cost of prom and those events down, because we're going to have such a venue to do that. And it's amazing out there. So, right.
We at our school, our juniors and seniors are kind of aware. Each year we trade off. So one year we will do it somewhere here, and the tickets are drastically cheaper. They're always under $100. And then the next year we'll do like an extravagant away one. So that way, whether you're a junior or a senior, you have the chance to go to the prom that you want to, if not both. That's what we try to do to combat the cost idea.
Yeah, we've been for the last 2 years, we've been talking about that, and we're just doing everything we can, because we just think it's outrageous, and we want to try to reduce the cost and allow more kids to participate in that and not have a financial burden. And I think we have enough budget to do that, and we're working
Yes,
on
sir.
that. So good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lancaster.
Thank you, Lancaster.
Lastly, for tonight, let's give it up for SOAR Lancaster.
Welcome, Soar.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent, and Cabinet. My name is Ellington Taylor. I'm Class of 26 Vice President, and I'm happy to present you SOAR High School Lancaster's ICC presentation.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Rivera Estrada, and I'm the ASC Vice President. And this year we were invited to visit LACO at a professional development and present, because we were an exemplary dual enrollment school, recognized as a National Blue Ribbon School and a California Distinguished School.
Good evening. My name is Sachin Pereira, and I'm currently the Class of 2026 parliamentarian. Down at LACO, we hosted our student panel where several of us talked about our experiences with dual enrollment to other schools and administrators who might want to implement our program into theirs.
Good evening. I'm Delilah Vasquez. I'm Class of 2027 Secretary. And leading up to last semester's final exams week, SOAR's ASB was able to host our traditional late night tutorials, where we collaborated with teachers and provided 3 hours of extended tutoring and even extra credit points for the students attending. Through this event, we are able to promote the growth and ambition of our SOAR stars.
Good evening, board members. I'm Madeline Rash Herrera. I am the Spirit and Fundraising Coordinator of the BOC as well. Ending our first semester, we end with Pep Rally, which is one of our biggest events of the year. It is to celebrate all classes from seniors, sophomores, freshmen, and juniors, to celebrate and show school spirit, having a theme, which are Fantasy 4, and it brings together the entire school community overall.
And this past February, instead of having a traditional back to school night, we had what we like to call Creative Minds Night, which is an open house where all of our student organizations can host rooms, as you can see on the right, our mock trial room where parents were arguing against each other, and the CPR room where they were learning CPR training. And so it's a fun opportunity for parents to see what their students are doing on campus.
This past January, on the 24th, Class of 2027 held our winter ball under the theme Northern Lights, titled Ethereal Night. This dance came out very successful with over 100 attendees and over $1,500 profit. which we can thank our generous donors for.
Good evening. My name is Peniota Cormu, and I'm currently Class of 27 Spirit Activities and Fundraiser Coordinator. By sending out numerous grant letters to chain establishments in the Antelope Valley, we were able to get many donations, our top 3 being Cane's, Albertsons, and Nothing Bun Cakes. We hope to further deepen our connections with our community to make future events special and affordable.
This past October, the Class of 25 hosted homecoming. Through the homecoming and through the profit that it generated, we were able to make around 4,000, which we were able to drop the cost of grad night tickets from 200 to 130. And my name is Chen Jin Lin, board of cabinet, sorry.
The freshmen produced a spring dance, which was held in March. They had about 60 attendees, about $840 profit, as well as having donors from BJ Pizza to provide a better party and just have a overall fun night.
This upcoming Saturday, Class of 26 is having their prom from 5 to 10. We can't wait to see the turnout.
We recently hosted our school site STEM Expo at our ABC cafeteria with a multitude of projects on display.
So our students, staff, and alumni were able to engage with these projects to come to a decision of which ones will be representing SOAR at the district-wide STEM Expo. We are so proud of our peers, and we are cheering them on at the district-wide STEM Expo.
Next, we'd like to take a moment to recognize all of the stuff that our students are doing through their clubs on campus. So first, we'd like to congratulate our mock drill team on finishing 3rd place in this year's district competition. We're very proud of them.
As well as our science-based competition at Science Olympiad, we were able to compete again for our 3rd year. As SOAR High School, we love being able to compete in these science-based competitions, and we hope to come back next year.
Our Future Medical Students Club here at SOAR consistently hosts blood drives to engage our community with the Red Cross. With our last blood drive, we collected enough units of blood to supply an entire open heart surgery.
As FMS continues our blood drives, we host meaningful opportunities for donations and along with community service hours.
Moving on to our more art-focused clubs, we have Music Club, which you can kind of see in the middle. We often do performances at venues. For example, this one was at a senior citizen home, bringing holiday cheer. And this February, we hosted our mini Black Knowledge Bowl, which was open to the whole school, where we focused on Black musicians. And this was our top 5 who won.
As well as our SOAR Dance Club, we like to involve ourselves in the community. So we have performed at AV Fair as well as Poppy Festival this upcoming next weekends. So we're excited. We love showing what we do and just performing at our school as well.
Although not a club, our SOAR ambassadors also host events at the school, which help incorporate the freshmen at the school so they could feel more welcomed in the SOAR environment and stuff like that.
Hello, my name is Antonio Sedaris, and throughout the school year, we've had the opportunity to explore a variety of new places through our field trips. These experiences allowed us to go beyond the classroom, whether it was visiting museums, colleges, or even fun team activities like indoor skydiving. Each trip gave us new perspectives, memories with friends, and helped us prepare for the future, both academically and socially.
SOAR High School thanks you for your time, and remember to dream high and soar higher.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Hughes.
Outstanding. I always just sit up here and it's amazing. I just look out and I see the future leaders out there, and it's amazing. We're producing great kids. Good job, Mr. Nehan. Good job, principals, cabinet. Everybody's doing a good job, and you guys always blow me away. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Hernandez.
I am impressed on how resourceful you are. I'm just completely impressed. I know it's difficult to get funding. I know it's difficult to get attention from the small businesses. It's a noisy world out there. They're inundated with letters and requests, and that you were able to get, to go out there and get your own funding, and not only for yourselves, but to extend that resource to others and to the schools. That's very impressive. You should be very proud of yourselves. One of your fundraisers made almost 4,000. I loved how you outlined the numbers. I'm a numbers person. So you're speaking numbers, like that's my language. And then the numbers got higher, like, oh, $140. Oh, it's like 1,500. Oh, 4,000. So that's very impressive. You guys should really commend yourselves and give yourselves really good credit for that. And the resources you bring, not just to your school, but to outside. There comes a point where you can provide for yourselves, but being able to provide for others and your community through the blood drive. I'm impressed. I really enjoy listening to this. It gives me more than hope for our future. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah, no, you guys did a really good job. One thing I noticed, like all the 3 schools, you guys all talk with the presence, and that's good. Like you guys are actually talking to us. And when I was in your grade, I couldn't do or be in your shoes whatsoever. And you know what? It shows a lot of your composure. Like you, Mr. Taylor, as soon as you started talking, I was listening. You know what I mean? I'm all ears. All right. But you guys are doing a good job. Your presentations in front of us, it's awesome. Good job. Good job.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, excellent. So I teach at AVC, so I notice a lot of these pictures. Many of them are outside my office. Please come say hi. I'm in FA2 127. Literally, that the steps are the theater. And I congratulate you on your mock trial, 3rd place. That's really amazing. The Creative Minds Night. I just love all of the diverse activities you have. That's arts, culture, social, community building, etc. So those are all really, really great events that you're putting on for each other. The public speaking. I want all of you to come to my class and show my students how to public speak because you all are so good at it. Congratulations. Public speaking is really hard, but your confidence and your just clarity and articulation, really great. Thank you for doing that. And as Mr. Sanchez said, Ellington, when you started talking, I was listening. So I am, very confident that our future, we will be listening to people like you. And then Mr. Rivera. So do we hear it first on where you're going to go for university? You're still deciding? Okay. Tough choices. Great. Well, congratulations, all of you. And thank you so much for your time coming in tonight, all 3 schools as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving on to B, presentation regarding artificial intelligence. Dr. Grado.
Yes, thank you. So because AI technologies are evolving so rapidly, we put together a task force to look into the implications for our district. So here to speak on that this evening are Megan Andrews and David Rivas.
Good evening, Board and Cabinet. We will be giving you an update on the direction of artificial intelligence and status of artificial intelligence as of right now. We're going to start with some introductions first.
こんばんは。私の名前はディビッド・リバスで、この地区で新人教師のメンターとして働いています。そして、今日は人工知能についてお話しできることを非常に嬉しく思っています。
Good evening. My name is David Rivas, and that is me speaking Japanese. However, I must confess I do not speak Japanese at all. I recorded that video in English and then used free AI software, translating software to record it in Japanese. And I did that because I wanted to demonstrate with, I hope, some dramatic flair, the capabilities of artificial intelligence. And I don't consider myself an expert in AI. In fact, my work centers around supporting beginning teachers in our district. And it's in that capacity, thank you. It's in that capacity that I
developed some resources for the beginning teachers that I work with to navigate AI and education. That led to a few professional developments in our district, as well as a few speaking opportunities at neighboring conferences. I'll let Megan introduce herself.
Okay, hi, I'm Megan Andrews. I am the Director of Educational Technology. I took over the role November 1st. So the 9.25 years before that, I was a site administrator at 3 different high schools in our district, vice principal and assistant principal. And before that, I spent 10 years as an English teacher and along the way was an instructional coach and an academic coordinator. I also happen to wear the hat of parent of our school in the district, as well as for graduates of our school district. So when I come to this work, I come to it through the lens of all the different roles that I've held and currently hold within this district. I want to start our presentation with an overview of AI. It is a complicated topic, and I'm going to summarize it very briefly. AI really is a machine that can perform a task that normally would be performed by a human. When we talk about AI in education, and right now we're talking primarily about what we call generative AI, which is capable of doing something unique, and that's generating new content. The bottom line with what AI does, regardless of what type of AI we're talking about, is that AI basically fills in the blank. You ask it a question and it gives you a logical response based on the information that it has available to it. It's important to note that a logical response is not always the same as a factual response, which is why it's so important when we talk about the use of artificial intelligence that we center our conversations around how humans interact with artificial intelligence and how we can make decisions that drive ethical, responsible use and also protect data as ensure data security. So when we talk about AI from here forward, we'll be talking primarily about the use of generative AI because that's the technology that has caught fire. It's the wave that is growing and the direction that we don't quite know yet because of how quickly it is evolving. I'm going to hand it off to David to start with talking about the professional development that we've offered so far within our district.
So Los Angeles County Office of Education held a survey last year and it found that 16% of teachers and 23% of administrators self-assess themselves as having a good or deep understanding of AI in education. In other words, not a lot of educators feel comfortable with it. At the same time, Microsoft and LinkedIn held a survey as well, a nationwide survey that found that 75% of knowledge workers right now are using AI at work. So there's a big gap between how our teachers and our educators are feeling as far as being comfortable using it at work and also showing our students how to use it and how it's being used in the workplace right now. But the big elephant in the room, I think, is how are students using it? Are they using it? Stanford had conducted a study recently that shed some light on this. They titled it "Cheating in the Age of Generative AI," and the way they define cheating for our purposes here is copying work that doesn't belong to them and then taking credit for it. And this is what this study found. So the rate of cheating among students after November of 2022, so that's after ChatGPT was released, is 70%. So 70% of students admit to cheating in this way after the release of ChatGPT. So that's a pretty big number. This is even more staggering when we compare it to the rate of cheating among students prior to November of 2022. And I'm a fan of dramatic effect, so 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, oh, it's about the same. So there's been a cheating problem for a long time. And the study goes back years. So really, so I believe there should be a shift in pedagogy. I like to say shift our pedagogy from gotcha and being so concerned about catching students cheating to focus on the gotcha part. In other words, rather than overemphasizing the final product, refocus on the process, because that's where all the learning happens anyway. With that in mind, the PD that has been offered focused on what I like to call the ABCs. So awareness of the AI tools that are available and their potential benefits, both for teachers in their teaching, but also for students and their learning, but also raising awareness of the cautions of potential misuse of artificial intelligence. This slide shows the professional development that we've had live this year. And as you can see in the numbers of participants, there's likely some overlap there. And this slide shows the asynchronous professional development offerings we've had. There's a lot more of it. And if you go down the number of activities completed, there likely is a lot of overlap there as well. I believe that shows us two things, at least two things. One is that there is interest among our teaching staff in learning more about artificial intelligence, but also there's room for growth.
Right, and that takes us to an update on the task force and the work that we're starting to do. The first thing I want to acknowledge is that when I first took over this position, I was asked, get up to speed on AI. So I did. I've immersed myself in professional development through conferences, webinars, LA County Office of Education full day development opportunities, as well as one-on-one meetings with the leaders in the field to find out what's happening in other schools and districts. That's really helped me come away with a solid sense of some of the directions that we need to go with this task force. Some of those things include, first and foremost, centering our work in the human aspect of artificial intelligence and making sure that we keep people at the center of the work that we're doing and the interaction that that needs to have. Also, we need to develop a common use framework so that students and teachers have the same understanding of how AI is acceptably used within an academic context. We also need to ensure that we have equitable access to AI for all of our students and create flexible usage guidelines that emphasize literacy and ethics. With technology that's rapidly changing, anything that is too structured to start with may eliminate us and may preclude our students from learning advancing technologies. And also, we need to create professional development opportunities and student lessons to make sure that everybody knows how to use AI safely, ethically, and responsibly. Highlighting the need for that training was actually a piece of data I got today. So I was in a meeting with ChatGPT to investigate the educational options and explore whether or not that might be an option for our district to consider. They gave us some data that they have of people who are using our district email address connected to a ChatGPT account. We have about 940 teachers with the ChatGPT account, just their free version. We have a number, about 30 and change, that are paid users as well. And about 500 of those are using it have used it at least within the last 30 days. And then I got curious and asked them about our students. The numbers were kind of surprising. It turns out we have over 11,000 students who are using their school email address associated with the ChatGPT account, not including all the ones who might be using another email address because they're afraid of getting busted. And of those, almost 5,000 of them have used ChatGPT within the last 30 days. So that really emphasizes the need for some urgent action to make sure that everybody's using this well. And so I want to give you an update on the actual work of the task force. So far, we've had 3 meetings. Our most recent was this past Monday. The decisions that we've made thus far is moving forward with updating current policies and acceptable use guidelines, including academic integrity, to include AI language in those, rather than creating a specific, very restrictive policy about AI. As we get legal guidance and guidance from the School Board Association to create a specific and more inclusive AI policy, we'll follow that guidance. But in the meantime, this provides us flexibility to create guidelines for use that are able to adapt and change as the technology changes. And as we learn best practices, because this is a field where there is no best practice yet, because it's all new and there's no expert yet. We are also working on developing the specifics, the depth of the lessons for both our staff and students to make sure that we're able to provide training to make sure that they know how to use AI properly and safely, and ensure data security, because we don't want data getting out there that shouldn't be out there. At our most recent meeting, we actually developed our first draft of a framework for AI use for students and teachers. This will get feedback from some of our educational partners, and we'll come back at our next meeting and make some adjustments. But the goal is to have something in place that can be a common starting point for all classrooms across the district starting next school year, where we can say, is AI allowed? Yes. To what level? And have everybody have a common understanding that they can use to drive that work forward, so that it's much easier for students and teachers to stand on a level playing field when we're talking about the use of AI. And then in the future, we'll be continuing to develop our AI tools. As we move to the end of this school year and into next school year, we'll create a full professional development plan for how we're going to make sure that we not just train on the basics, but also on effective usage of artificial intelligence. We will also evaluate tools and make recommendations for pilot programs for different technologies. We don't want to commit too early to a specific platform. We want to see what's out there. So we'll start with small groups, get feedback, see what things look like before we make a large scale decision for the organization. And that will take us through the end of the update. What questions might you have for us?
Mr. Hughes.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Madam President. Thank you for bringing this forward. It's very important. AI is, I just used it today. I was writing some text to some assemblymen trying to get an endorsement, and I used Chat GPT to do it. It's crazy what you can do with it. So I guess I was cheating a little bit too. On April 8th, our Honorable Mayor Rex Paris has wrote the board a letter. You guys have it in your package. And he's expressing what we need to create a task force. But guess what? We already have one. So what he's requesting is that, I'll read it. I urge you to convene a task force, which we have, comprised of educators, technologists, civic leaders, and students. Do we have students on our?
That will be rolling into next year. Right now, we're trying to shore up where the gaps in knowledge and what do we need to establish. And one of those things is including students in there. So we'll be involving them in those conversations moving forward.
Okay, I don't know if we have till next year. Mr. Nehan, could we get our would you like to jump on that, or at least have a student representative? We got to move on this.
Yes.
And if you need to just put in Chat GPT how to do it, they'll tell you how to do it. I'm telling you. But we do need to get on this. I agree with the mayor. We got to have some civic leaders involved. So we have to kind of do. You're doing a great job. I'm impressed already. I'm really impressed. But we got to do it faster. We need to get our students involved. We need to get some of our civic leaders involved. I agree with Mayor Paris on this. Greg, I'll give you this later if you can.
I believe I received the same letter, and my recommendation would be we continue with the district task force and build on it with other educational agencies in the valley, with civic leaders, with students. So it'd be two separate entities, or our core task force, and then expand it on to sort of broaden everybody's understanding.
I feel very, you guys are doing a great job. You're already on it. I'm good with that. I just think we need to start adding, especially our students, because if the students are out there with the data using it, next year is too long. And I can tell you, I'll give direction along with I'll let Madam President give the direction. I'll follow her lead, but we need to do this faster than later.
So my question, Mr. Nehan, is could we form a kind of advisory as a component of the current task force, since that is, Megan and her team and others, but really to get, because I'm not sure if that would be a civic leaders, like if it would be appropriate for them to go to their meetings, if, we're at the leadership, higher leadership level, not a part of it. So do you think there should be two, or do you think we add on to them?
I think there would be two separate entities, but it'd be a large portion of our district task force that's already assembled.
Okay.
So it'd be building on that, but it would be a separate entity.
So then we need to do this then, because I know when you and I spoke, I was already like, why haven't we done it yet? Because AI is here now and it's just growing smarter.
And faster. And new Chat GPT is old now. So we don't have to, I mean, no disrespect, but up here, we don't have time till next year. We need to get this rolling and get it done quick because obviously our teachers are using it, our kids are using it. We better understand it and we better get ahead of it. So that would be my direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I do have a couple of questions as well.
Thank you for your presentation. It was outstanding. Thank you.
Yes, this is.
You don't look too happy, but that's okay. That's what we do. We're elected
That's my
officials.
space.
We give directions and guidance. That's our role.
That's my
And that's
listening
what we're
face.
gonna do, by the way.
You're gonna upset people.
Whether you're happy or not, sorry, but that's what we're gonna do.
And I really appreciate this presentation because I am an educator and I was one of those educators that was afraid of it. And it only was January that I finally said, okay, Carla, you have to do something about it and open your mind. And once I've opened my mind, and I use it with ethically, integrity, and responsibly, but I'm not seeing that in my students. And I certainly don't see it in the 20,000 or the 11,000. I don't really know if they could answer the question, yes, I'm using it responsibly, you know, because I don't know if anyone has taught them how to use these very high level, yet user-friendly artificial intelligences. But I am now on the bandwagon. I am a paid subscriber to ChatGPT because I just think why work harder? If it's all in your brain, sometimes you just need a little help of finessing. You know, it's also about image. I am not a visual artist like Mr. Sanchez, but I want to create a logo or something that is all of these words and then it could come. I prompt it. It's all about the prompting. So my question for professional development on your slide that had the PD.
Yes.
Was that for teachers only or was it teachers and staff?
The professional development will be focused really in two different directions. And that's really part of the scope of the learning that I have done is we do need to train all staff. There's going to be some that's classroom focused and focused on how it's being used within the pedagogy and the instructional component. And that will be intended primarily for our teachers or student facing staff, such as paraeducators and instructional aides, where they may be benefiting from that and potentially be upcoming teachers. But we will also focus on having training available for how to use AI in everyday work. And how we're going to be able to incorporate that.
Okay, and I hope that we're also thoughtful about the generational gaps as well, because we have a lot of veteran teachers, and I speak just because of my own institution, that are it's hard for them sometimes to even do emails or Excel spreadsheets. And here we are asking them to do this extra. So I hope we're very intentional about embracing all learning and all learning styles from all generational gaps, from the newest new person to those that are about to retire next year, because AI has to be taught in the classes that they're teaching or with the students they're interacting with. So as long as Mr. Nehan, you take that direction, that'd be great. Yeah.
Are we teaching, do we have a class for our students to learn AI? I mean, right now?
Explicitly, no.
Okay, we're way behind the scenes. And that's, Mr. Nehan, I'm telling you, that has to change. And I don't care how many people you have to get together to get that happening. We need to get that happening because it's here. It's not going anywhere. Kids need to learn this. We're going to be where we want to produce the best children we can out there in the world. Look, we need to get this done. And I know that's a lot of pressure, but we need to start teaching our kids this. And if we have to fast track teaching our teachers to teach our kids, whatever we have to do.
That's the fact that we don't have explicit courses in AI. I know our computer science courses incorporate how to use AI, and many of our teachers are also including teaching students how to use AI.
Oh, awesome.
We just don't have a structure to it yet, which is one of the pieces that we're working aware of and working towards.
What can we do to give you the resources to get it done? What I'm asking you to do. What can we do for you as a board? Because we'll do it.
That is an excellent question. Get experts here. The fact that it's an evolving field makes it challenging. There is no best practice established. So we're growing together, but people are ahead of us and we would love to learn from them and learn with them as well. We're excited to be able to move forward and pilot new things, We just need the access to the resources and introductions. And I've met a lot of people and have already started setting the groundwork for some of that, but the more we can get, the better.
This is the aerospace valley. Okay, we need to be the best at this. So, Mr. Nehan, can we get another report next month to where we're at?
In May.
And maybe direction Mr. Nehan to get this, have her get whatever expert she needs and get there.
Yeah, so let's because we meet twice in May and we certainly want to hear it either on the 15th or the 29th. But Mr. Nehan, if we could start gathering resources, I want to say that the California Community College Chancellor's Office, I'm forgetting his name right now, but he is exceptional, especially looking at education and AI in education and what we can do. Perhaps he could be a resource, and I will have to get the name. But in fact, our students, we did an AI skit. This is in January that I'm telling you that I was open to AI. We did a skit about AI, and now we've been invited to the state conference because it was impactful for this person. But that definitely needs to be you put in touch with them, resources. I would love to hear from you, Mr. San Gabriel, about your immediate thoughts with AI as a student. Would it be helpful to have an actual instruction on how do you use AI ethically, responsibly, and with integrity?
Yeah, I think so. Especially now that I think that AI is definitely here. Everyone sees it, even because I feel like at first it was seen as students were using it and like staff was not okay with it. But to the point now that staff are even using it, it's not like you're cheating, but you're just enhancing yourself into learning better. And I think maybe this with like the AA classes, you'll be able to just not just use AI for cheating, which is maybe what some kids are doing, but use it in a way where you don't have to work as hard to get information, but still put in the work into your assignment.
It's the process.
The process, yeah.
Yeah. It's a tool, and it's just another tool that we want to give our students. So I would say maybe we're moving. So in less than a month, we need some shift.
We don't like ever try to give you direction because that's our
Yeah.
role. We have one guy to give direction to. If I may, Madam
Please.
President, if I can give some direction, as long as you guys are okay, can we make sure we get any resources they need, experts, whoever, but we have to be a fast track on this and we'll give you everything you need. We have a good budget, everything you need. Let's just get it there if that's okay. And I would like Madam President, I want to overstep, but I would like this to be on our agenda.
Yeah. May 15th.
Every agenda. Yep. Thank you.
Are you
Thank
okay
you.
with that, fellow board members,
Yep,
to
I
fast
agree.
track the AI?
With 11,000 of our student emails, it's not that they're not learning it. They already know it. It's just we're not teaching it.
Yes.
But you stepping in to teach it correctly and ethically, we're way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do work at Starbucks sometimes, and there were 5 different computers on. Every single one of them, they were probably 15, 16, 17. They were very, very young. They were all on ChatGPT, and they were just doing this. That's all I was observing. And I thought, wow, that's not the direction we want to go in.
So here's your world. You got anything you want? Here it is. We're going to give it to you. I know that's kind of amazing. You're like, oh, I just got everything. And you do have everything. Right, Mr. Nehan? I'm sure he's agreeing.
Mr. Minsko, are you okay over there?
It is the will of the board. Whatever you need, because we are behind and you're doing a great job. I'm thoroughly impressed. So good job.
Thank you. Any other questions or? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And the next is this career technical education presentation that I asked for because we haven't had one in a while. So Dr. Grado.
Yes, so here to discuss the direction of our CTE programs is the Director of CTE, Teresa Howard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. Good evening, Board and Cabinet. Thank you for allowing me to present this evening. Sorry, I was away from the mic. Good evening, Board and Cabinet. Thank you so much for allowing me to present this evening on building the workforce of tomorrow. I did have a video to show you, but in honor of time, and I think that you've all seen it, I would ask if you would like to watch it at your leisure. It's about 2 minutes long. Seeing yes nods, I will move on. Currently, he's a handsome devil. Currently within CTE, we have about 7,800 students taking one CTE course and upwards of 10,000 taking one or more CTE courses. We host 11 industry sectors throughout our valley with 23 pathways at 8 high school campuses, 4 alternative schools, and 1 early college campus. We have 10 career academies, 1 in the media arts, 2 in biomedical, 1 in education, 4 in engineering, 1 in health careers, and 1 in public service. Something that I'm very excited about is the developing category on this slide, which is a careers in public safety course, which is launching in the 26-27 school year at Highland High School, and that will cover all facets of law enforcement. As you know, we have a deficit in our valley of about 40%, so looking forward to that. We are expanding our solar car program to AV High School, and we are always looking to expand our arts education within CTE. Some extended learning opportunities that we have is Palmdale High School. I don't know if you know this, but Palmdale High School uses our composites lab over at Knight High School in the evenings. And so that is an extended opportunity for our students. It was mentioned earlier tonight, we had 14 teams compete in our mock trial. If you have gotten the chance to get over there, it is amazing. And Highland High School Law Dogs did take first place. So congratulations to SOAR as well, but I know it's a Highland show tonight. We have fire technology over at the LA County Training Facility on Tuesday nights, which if you've been to their graduation, turns out amazing young human beings every year. We offer robotics at several campuses. We have our solar car program after hours at Palmdale High School, and we have drones offered at a variety of our campuses. Some quick facts in CTE, we have 11% higher than the district average as far as GPA goes. Our seniors have 12% higher than the district average. 15% of our students are classified as EL, 12 students with disabilities, 64% economically disadvantaged. We have 10 career academies, 5 of which are California Partnership Academies, which generate some funding for them, as well as we have actually 8 linked learning certified academies, 2 in gold and 6 in silver. Something that I'm also very excited about, Ms. Corona, is our dual credit program, and we have been working very diligently to build our college credit numbers so that we can offer students free opportunities for college during high school. So these numbers reflect our CTE students that are in college credit programs right now. It is not inclusive of the total district numbers, which we are on schedule to expand tremendously next year. Because of the work that the sites are doing, they are all knowledgeable now and choosing their classes. So thank you to the sites for that. A little bit about our funding. We braid multiple funding sources to support a robust and comprehensive CTE program. These are a few of the grants that we work on writing every year, and it's probably about 50% of my job is grant writing. And grant writing is driven by labor market demand. And in our valley, the roundtable report just came out, and professional and technical services top the charts currently in today's day. Professional and technical services top the chart. Healthcare is always number 1 in demand. Education is high in demand as well as transportation, art, sports, entertainment, real estate, ag, and advanced manufacturing in our area currently. What's forecasted over the next 3 years, you can see the trending now column. If you would like to point your eyes to that column, anything on the upward trend is where I'm going to focus the grant writing on, because we have to meet labor market demand through the grants according to, compliance pieces. Another area that I'd like you to look at is the average annual wage, because we need our people and our future employees to have a sustainable living wage in this valley. And so where those intersect is what we write the grants to. Across the Antelope Valley High School District, we have culinary at AAV, dental assisting at Antelope Valley High School. Desert Winds has an automotive program. Highland High School has EMT.
Lancaster High School has Infotech, Little Rock Auto and Welding, Palmdale EMT, Medical Assisting, Solar Car Welding, and RX has Construction. These are all career-ready programs that kids can get certifications in and go straight to work. And since you asked about industry certifications, woo, here's a lot of information. If you look at the legend, the pinkish color is what's offered. The blue is what certifications we have received or our students have received, and the green is totals by school. And as you trend darker green, the number gets higher, it increases. This is another way of looking at it. I'm a visual person, and so I love the color chart on this and the graphics on this slide. So as you can see, we start at the bottom and we work our way up, and you can see the different schools and the numbers of certifications that they've attained in which area. And this is by program, so, or district-wide totals. So CPR is on the left with 317, Snap-on Tools 252, and so on and so forth. The two highest attainment areas are in health science and engineering. All others are approximately 16.7. Oh, and I did forget to mention that we have doubled in industry certifications in the 23-24 school year from the two previous years. And this is a focus that I know that there is an area of growth, and we need to really focus on equity across the district, as well as, you know, making sure that all of our teachers have what they need in order to offer their students their industry certification opportunities. Industry partnerships is also a big deal for us here in CTE, because we have to stay current and relevant in what's happening in the community. And so the reason public safety is at an all-time high right now is because we are bringing in a very heavy advisory committee together to inform our practice at Highland High School on what this pathway to public safety is going to look like. And so with that said, we've gotten representation from we have a correctional officer on there. We have some female deputies. We have sheriff's department, city PD, city of Lancaster PD. So we're trying to cover all of our bases to make sure that we have a robust program over at Highland. Some areas that we need some more input: construction, management and entrepreneurship, energy and natural resources, supply chain and transportation. And here they are. Should I read them all? Okay, but I wanted to give you the names of the businesses that we do partner with so you can see where we are currently at. And it's about 130 industry partners that we currently have. So we do have work to do in building the capacity, but we also have a strong partnerships within this community. All right, this is a testimony. Here goes Highland High School again with an outstanding young human being who his mom sent Miss Camarillo an email that I had to share with you since I'm getting the opportunity to stand up here. So grab your little tissues, all right. And I did get her permission to read this. It says, "Good morning, Miss Camarillo. I just returned to town and asked Gabriel if he had told you what happened on Monday, 3/24. He said no, so I wanted to share it with you myself. Thanks to God, to you, your program, the training, and your incredible staff, my son was a hero. He saved my granddaughter's life using CPR. Our family was celebrating the first day of spring break and had been swimming. Later, we all went inside so the kids could nap and watch a movie. Some adults were still near the pool, but no one saw our 2-year-old Blair get back into the spa without her floaty. Unfortunately, the security cameras did not catch it either. When her mom, Gabriel's sister, went to change her diaper, she started screaming. Blair was floating at the bottom of the spa. It had only been a few minutes, but time stood still. Her mom pulled her out and handed her to my older daughter, who began CPR, but quickly became exhausted. She screamed for Gabriel. Blair's face and lips were blue. Gabriel was shaking but took over and kept going with CPR. Water and vomit came from Blair's nose and mouth. We started seeing her color return, and finally she began to cry. Gabriel kept massaging her limbs to keep her awake until the paramedics, fire department, and sheriff arrived. They checked her lungs. Thankfully, there was no fluid. Blair and her mom were flown to Children's Hospital as a precaution. We were told that Blair had gone into cardiac arrest and that it was God and Gabriel who brought her back. As a family of 23 with 6 grandkids under the age of 9, this has changed our lives. We are beyond grateful for the training and guidance you provided Gabriel. This moment revealed to all of us, and especially to him, that this is his calling. It was an emotional experience one we will never forget. We are now hosting swimming lessons and CPR classes this month, along with taking additional safety precautions to prevent this from happening again. I just wanted you to know how blessed and grateful we are. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So thank you so much to Ms. Simons for allowing me to share that story. It's just a testimony to what we do in CTE. And last but not least, I want our kids to dream big, think boldly, and walk in confidence as they come back to contribute to our community, to make it a thriving one, because it's so important to me and to the work that we do. It's important to everybody in this room. Thank you very much. And like you said, behind the scenes, there's a team. So thank you to my team who works tirelessly to make make all of this happen, and for your support as well.
Thank you. Any questions?
What I like to say is, I think one of the greatest things that I've done on this board is approve your hire. I just want to say that I'm thoroughly impressed what you're doing. You have my full support. I'm absolutely amazed. I'd like to share a little bit how we're gonna. One of the things we did is we all campaigned. All of us. Well, you didn't have to campaign, but that was awesome. But she's with us on this. I can tell you. CTE is where it's at for us. 10% of our kids. You guys are doing an amazing job getting them to college, but that's great. But there's 90% of the kids that we have to watch and care for. And through your programs and what we're going to do in this district, that's those mortgage paying jobs. That's how you keep the kids here in this valley. We got to develop the jobs, create the jobs. We got to develop the kids to take those jobs. And I am thoroughly impressed. I would let you know, we are in some early conversations. If it's all right if I share, Mr. Nehan is been directed. He's in early conversations. We are going to attempt to build a career tech ed center, a center that is going to be located hopefully in the center of our district, where everybody will be able to go. We're in conversations with the trades and all great partners. I've had conversations with Congressman Whiteside, Suzette, about all our elected officials are excited about this. So Mr. Nehan, please continue those talks. And I look forward to something being able to be presented here pretty quick, but we are going to do this. We are going to develop the best CTE that we can. Did you use AI at all to create any of this slide?
Why, yes, I did.
There you go. All right, Ms. Crowe.
And a little Jennifer Slater Sanchez. She's
Mrs.
very good at
Hernandez.
designing.
I agree with, everything you've said about how important the trades are. I also had the opportunity to visit some of these incredible programs, and I noticed just the wait lists are quite lengthy. The welding program was incredible, and they have a really crazy wait list. I also got a chance to visit the medical program at Palmdale High School. Incredible. Thank you. That was so impressed. You're going to hear me say that. But I also know they needed more resources. So I would like to know, as much as we praise these programs, how can we make it more available to more children? Because it isn't. The wait lists are kind of hard, and the teachers are amazing, amazing teachers. They're dedicated. I think Ms. Hafner had been there for over 20 years, or just their lives have been dedicated to these programs. And if they could reach more children, that would be awesome. And it seems like we're all on the same page, but I know that some of these programs need more resources.
Absolutely. And that's, we focus the grant writing on the next big project, the next big expenditure, and making sure that we do have equitable resources. We started an industry lead teacher gathering. So it's kind of like a task force. We bring the industry leads together so that we can look at, do we have common curriculum, common assessments, common industry certifications across the district, in the hope of doing exactly what you're saying and suggesting, is bringing more resources to our programs, especially those that may not ask for as much as maybe another school. So we're definitely looking at that to increase equity across the district.
Miguel.
Yeah, one thing I want to just, I'm probably gonna need your help, but I'm gonna bring out all trades out here, and we're gonna probably do a career fair. It's gonna be outside of the school, but it'll be an evening. So that way the parents can show up as well. Cause I know, I mean, we're here for the kids and the students, but also I know we have some parents out there looking for work right now too. So I want to hit both, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit all the high schools to see, you know, with Greg, with his help to announce it when it's gonna be, and I'll let you know and I'll keep you in the loop if I can work with you. in the
Absolutely.
future. Okay. And yeah, everything that you're doing, I love it. Obviously with the team back here. So you have a good solid team right behind you. Another thing I want to hit is also probably bringing more females, more girls into the trades, more where it's more in demand of men, right? So we're trying to get is more women involved in all these trades as well too. So to become good leaders. I'm surrounded by a couple. So and I have one at home too. Yeah.
I think so. Thank
So
you.
and but yeah, that's something I do want to touch base on. And then thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. And you don't need to answer these now, but I would be really interested to see the demographics, because actually the female to male ratio is not as big of a gap as one may think. However, I'm wondering where those, you know, in the health fields, my
Right.
gut is
By
telling me
program.
yeah, by program. So if there's a way to get the demographics for each of that, that would be
Absolutely.
really helpful. The other surprising element was the arts, design, and entertainment was actually the third on the list for industry. I think I saw that somewhere. Oh, it's okay. Maybe not third, but
Currently thriving or in the forecast?
the forecast trending. That's just great. I mean, so I'm excited to see what we have come in. The other, just to piggyback off of, we, as part of our strategic plan, definitely need to move forward at I would hope, a little more steadily pace of expanding. Because if you look at where the programs are, they are not in the majority of our comp sites. It is majority of our continuation schools or the AAV. And then also if you look, and you know who is going to Desert Winds, who's going to Phoenix, who's going to ARCS pairs with the demographics, it kind of, are we looking at it in this lens of equity? And I don't think we are yet, or we're not implementing it yet with equity. So if we can just continue to build, and I know you are, and I appreciate all of the work. You know how passionate I am about dual enrollment, and I want dual enrollment to expand. Yes, as you are, and Miss Rowe. Yes, Erica, I think. With really getting the education and how the local higher ed can be a part of building in this dual enrollment expansion is really important as well for the board. But yes, I will, hopefully we can have another update in the next couple months to see where we're at. But thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have more to report on those early discussions that we're having with the city of Palmdale as well.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
We're all in. I can tell you that.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Good.
All right. Moving on to D, Quarterly Williams Complaints Report Summary, January 1, 2025 to March 31, 2025. Ms. Williams.
Madam President, we did not receive any complaints during this time period.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Antelope Valley Schools Transportation Reporter Update. Mr. Bensko.
Good evening. So the AVSTA and the district are excited to recognize a National School Bus Driver Day on Tuesday, April 22nd. This day is a special opportunity to celebrate the dedication and hard work of our school bus drivers and our bus aides who ensure students get to and from school safely every day. We encourage everyone to take a moment to thank a driver or a bus aide or both and acknowledge the vital role they play in supporting education in our community. That's all I have to report.
Thank you. All right, F from AVTA, Mr. Mike Millings.
Are we in negotiations or something? Are we in negotiations or something?
Thank you. Good to see you. All right, G from CSEA, Karen White. Welcome.
Good evening. So I'm sure that you're aware that CSEA and the district have met
Can
on
you
several.
speak to the mic a little more? A
Better there?
little closer.
A little closer? Yeah?
Oh, perfect.
Okay. So CSEA and the district have met on several occasions, and we are still sharing the same goal, and that's to reach a tentative agreement, which our membership will ratify. We've listened to our members' expectations and their concerns, and we've engaged with conversations with the district that our members don't feel respected or appreciated. The district and CSEA's goals are mutual. We have kept our lines of communication open. We have shared our concerns and also our ideas. And we will continue to address and meet those as far as our primary goals and tentative agreement at our next negotiations meeting, which is going to be on Monday, the 21st. And with that, I hope that you have a very beautiful Easter. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right. H, public comments from the floor for agendized items. Are there any comments from the public on agendized items?
Yes, we have two.
The public is invited to address the board on any agenda item. To address an item on the agenda, speaker forms must be given to the designee before the board president chair announces this item. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each, and the total time for public input shall be limited to 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish a time allotment to another speaker. During public comments, the board listens to concerns issues. The board may ask questions for purposes of clarification. The law prohibits the board from entering into a dialogue with the public or taking action on items not on the agenda. Kimberly Barker for 7F, which is the renewal of academies of AV charter. Welcome, Ms. Barker.
You. Nice to be here. Nice to see you all again. What great night for presentations. Wow. Great stuff going on. Good evening, esteemed members of the Antelope Valley High School Board and district leaders. It is a pleasure to be back here, stand before you all. I stand before you today to express my heartfelt appreciation for the significant changes that have been included in the new charter school application regarding our charter school enrollment process. The decision to include siblings of past students is not just a policy adjustment. It reflects a deeper understanding of community, continuity, and the importance of familial ties in our educational environment. This change demonstrates that you truly value the voices of concerned parents, and for that, I am incredibly grateful. I would like to extend a special thank you to Superintendent Nihan for taking the time to connect with me. Our conversation meant a great deal, and it reassured me that as a parent, my concerns and suggestions were being heard and considered. Your support in prioritizing the needs of families is not only commendable, but essential in fostering and nurturing educational atmosphere. You give me great hope for the strengthening and growth in future homeschool connection. So thank you for that. Thank you for humanizing that experience. This journey has provided my daughter Avery. She's 10, almost 11. No, she's 11, almost 12. I don't remember how old she is. But with a unique opportunity to learn the importance of advocacy, not just for herself, but for those who will follow. It is vital that our children understand how to stand up for self and peers and engage in constructive dialogue, and your efforts have made that possible. She has been appropriately engaged in this process in its entirety. And I thank you for modeling the importance of engagement where we can collaboratively find solutions that benefit everyone involved. It is the spirit of cooperation that strengthens our community and enhances the educational experience for our children. Together, let us continue to champion the values of inclusion, advocacy, and mutual support, ensuring that every student and family feels valued and heard. Thank you all, every single one of you here, for your dedication and for the opportunity to stand alongside you in this important work. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Just have a comment, Madam President.
Yes.
I just want to commend your work because it's important. If you think that we're not doing something right, we have to listen to our constituents, and this is exactly an example of exactly how people stand up, articulate their issues to a board of elected officials, and we have an outstanding superintendent that listens and then takes action. So, Mr. Nehan, good job once again, outstanding, best superintendent in the area, in the Antelope Valley. That's what I would say. I rated him well. So thank you, Mr. Nehan, for listening to our constituents and fixing problems. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Lisa Beal, 6G, regarding from CSEA, Karen White. Okay. Yeah, 6C.
Me again.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, good evening. My name is Lisa Beal, and I'm speaking here today as a classified employee with the high school district. Last time I spoke, it was out of concern for the morale of classified staff, and I'm speaking today as it feels as if morale is declining. Over the years, our union members have sacrificed raises to keep the cost of benefits low and offset the rise of insurance costs for the district. Our union recently voted against a tentative agreement because we could see the rise in the cost of our insurance without a raise to help offset those costs. CSEA members cannot afford a change like this after sacrificing raises for so many years. Our hope is that with negotiations resuming, a fair option for our membership will be offered with consideration of the financial sacrifices our membership has made. The benefits are a huge part of our compensation package and add value to our membership. Keeping classified benefits low in cost gives the districts an edge and keeps us competitive with recruiting new employees. I'm a perfect example of this. I came from another district where I actually made more, but I came here because the benefit package was so good. I took a little bit of a hit on the pay to have the better benefits. The benefit package is really what brought me here. This board has continuously stated that they want us to be the best paid, and I'm hoping that you stand by it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nehan, can I ask, can I get like maybe the last, I don't know, let's say 6 years, 7 years, can I get a report of raises, benefits, what we've offered? Let's do 10 years. The last 10 years of the comparison of what we've done to our CSEA bargaining units and in comparison to like Hart, their raises and stuff like that. So I can see a side by side.
Sure,
So I
we're
can
gonna have
evaluate
staff
that.
put that together for the board.
And thank you, appreciate that. Thank you.
And I did pull that information.
Ma'am, I
Oh,
can't.
yeah, you can't.
I can't engage in a I can make a comment, but I can't engage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. And then we have John Paul Tabakian, Tabakian. Oh, on 6C, the CTE apprenticeships. Welcome.
Good evening. Thank you so much. First off, I want to say that Director Howard, wow, that honestly, I'm a CTE person at heart, and that was just awesome. My name is Dr. John Paul Tabakian. I am the founding president of West Cal Academy. We run the state's largest pre-apprenticeship to apprenticeship linkage program. I came from Torrance today. I run programs with West Cal at Barry J. Neidorf in Sylmore, We run all apprenticeship programs for all LA County probation halls and camps. We work in Antelope Valley, managing apprenticeship programs and our students who are going into linked programs. The more I learn about your district, the more in awe I am. I spent a lot of time here. I also spent a lot of time at La Palma on Fridays for karaoke night, hanging out with my students. And I also come here on behalf of the U.S. Department of Labor. I'm one of the apprenticeship ambassadors. I was an apprenticeship ambassador appointed during the Biden administration. We continue in the Trump administration. And we are bringing more apprenticeship programs that we're looking to connect with your CTE instruction so that we can assist in supplementing a lot of the funding that you have from the apprenticeship side. We all know that the funding levels are changing with everything dealing with the U.S. Department of Education and all the stuff that's going on in the world, all the political stuff. The reality is a lot of the funding is shifting to the apprenticeship side through the U.S. Department of Labor. So what we are committing is to work with all of you in the so that we can help kids of all ages. Our youngest student was 11 years old, went into a non-traditional apprenticeship role and got his MBA from Cal Poly Pomona, works in the insurance industry, definitely makes more money than I do. 18, he also works with West Cal. Our oldest student was 72, went into building construction trades. He can kick all of our butts, believe me. It's amazing what he can do. CT is to my heart. I never graduated from high school. I got kicked out because I pulled a hell of a prank. I'm like Eric Cartman, all grown up. Became a doctor twice in many ways. And now I work with this wonderful program to help rambunctious kids like myself trying to find their way.
30 seconds.
And also every student not only secure a living wage, but a thriving wage. So I thank you all for this evening and for inviting us all over. And you ever want to shake a hand, I'm here. So thank you so very much for all you do.
Thank you very much. All right, public comments from the floor for non-agendized items. Are there any comments from the public for non-agendized items?
Yes, we have 3.
The public is invited to address the board on any matter not on the agenda that is within the jurisdiction of the board. To address an item not on the agenda, speaker forms must be given to the designee before the board president announces this item. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each, and the total time for public input shall be limited to 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish a time allotment to another speaker. During public comments, the board listens to the concerns and issues. The board may ask questions for purposes of clarification. The law prohibits the board from entering into a dialogue with the public or taking action on items not on the agenda. First, we will have Lacey Higgins, paraeducator concern. Lacey Higgins. Welcome.
Hi, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. My name is Lacey. I've been in the district for over 21 years. I started here because I had a brother who was in a car accident when I was 3. He had a series of grand mal seizures when I was 11, became completely bedridden. Anyways, putting him first my entire life made me realize the importance of what a paraeducator is. And I absolutely love working for this district. I've had the pleasure of having Mr. Greg Nehan as my boss, and he was absolutely incredible. I had the pleasure of meeting Ms. Corona in the public, and I just appreciate your guys' willingness to listen to us. I don't know exactly where to start or what to say, other than in the 21 years that I've been here, I've seen a lot of beautiful people. I've seen a lot of wonderful children, and I know that I've made a mark. I know I've left a mark at some point in this time, okay? So I don't know what we have to do in order to get help, but I do know that when we started back in the day, 2004, what was that? The basic wage was like $6.75, we'll say. Now, what is it? 15? No, not 15. It's like $18 an hour for minimum wage, right? In that time, it's gone doubled. I know that it's hard for me being a single parent and working every single day for my children, making sure that they are on time at school every day, that their grades are reflected on their time here. I know that when I go to work, I want to make sure that I'm leaving a lasting thought for my children, my students that I work with. I want them to be as independent as possible in any capacity. I don't care if it's RSP all the way to pre-voc. I love it. I guess what I'm trying to say right now is that I wanted to be a para-trainer when I first started because I felt like it was an amazing opportunity to be able to help others see the importance of what we do day in and day out. And I kind of want to fight for that. So I guess being a para-trainer kind of striked up that little flare. And now what I would like to do is I just want to see if there's like a way to be able to
30 seconds.
Merit base or not conduct, but or do something to help others to want to be incentivized being sorry, I'm trying to think of the word, incentivize being a wonderful member of this awesome district. I think that's what I'm trying to say, to get something to happen now and see a result like a wave. That's it.
So I have just some clarification question. It was nice to see you again,
Thank you.
Lacey. For clarification, when you say a para trainer, are you saying that there's not or what's I don't understand what is a para trainer existing, or you said it, or you mean in 2004 you used to have them and now you don't have para trainers?
I would train the substitutes that would come.
Oh, you would train.
And I saw the fruits of my labor because those substitutes that came in that I instructed were hired immediately. And I thought to myself, even looking back at this week, seeing the substitutes that come in, not prepared, on their phones, don't care. Yeah, you're another body. That's great. Not saying that's all the way across the board. I'm just saying we need to show that we're a reflection of our district, and we need to show them how to do that.
Got it. So stay there, please. Mr. Nehan, with para educators and when they get subs in for paras, is there training before they're put in the room, or is it you're a sub, go to this room, they're expected to know what to do?
I'll defer to Ms. Williams on that.
Oh. Passing it to Mrs. Ramos.
I will happily take the question. There is initial onboarding that's done at the district level, but the training is really on the job when those individuals are assigned to a classroom. So there is not like a formal substitute training in place at this time.
Okay. And then is the expectation that if there's a sub in the room, someone like Lacey has to train them? Because how else are they going to learn about that environment? Christina?
Yes, the staff that is present in the classroom are the ones that give instruction to that substitute on steps to take and where they're needed to support.
And is that a part of the job description?
I wouldn't know that offhand.
Okay, we can
Absolutely.
So Mr. Nehan, can we look a little further into this? Because certainly we want the most qualified individuals in the room, especially with our most vulnerable population and special education. And $18 an hour, I will just sigh on that because I know of all the hard. I have many friends that are doing paraeducating work, and it's so crucial to the safety and learning of our special education children. So let's continue the conversation. And I did want to also say that I want to have some sort of an advisory. We talked a little bit about this for SPED, and to really get the SPED with Chandelin and SPED teachers, the paraeducators, to really get a real deep dive of what is happening in the rooms, kind of unweeding the weeds. because it's not the first time I've heard such concerns, and I think other board members have also heard concerns from the para educators. So if we can please work on a implementation of trying to get some sort of a work study going or a special education.
I
Platform.
volunteer, by the way.
All right, Mrs. Higgins volunteers. Miss Higgins volunteers.
And definitely it's not falling on deaf ears. We hear, we have concerns, and there will be some actions.
And we thank you for bringing them forward, because it's people like you. I 21 years of dedication. It's people like you. So thank you. Thank you for that. Just thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Donna Little on classified negotiations. Welcome, Donna.
Oh, thank you. My name is Donna Little. I'm a storekeeper one. I work out of the district warehouse. I've been in the district for 23 years. In this time, I can maybe count on one hand the time we've had on schedule raises. Every year we go to negotiations and we stand up and say, why can't, all they do is they want to come after our benefits. If you want to keep your Blue Cross at a low cost, you can't have a raise. Every year I've voted no, and every year the 6%, the 5% off schedule, everyone votes on that because we're told either you take it, or if you keep denying it, we're going to go to, what do they call it, arbitration. And if it goes to arbitration, you could pay more. You could be paying what the teachers pay, $600, $700, $800 a month. We don't have that money. We need our insurance because we are the hardest working people in your districts. We come to work with broken fingers, broken toes, sore backs, sore necks. We don't do workman's comp claims because, we heard it 1 month and we go for workman's comp, they're gonna go, well, I'll go back to work. But 3 months later, when we're at home and we hurt our backs, or, we trip over something, our backs are gone out. I just think it's very unfair of the district. I had a whole speech here and I just didn't even read it because it's not fair that you guys don't look at us for what we are. I watched the CTE come up here and give this big speech of how you want to train the carpenters, you want to train the welders, you want to train, you want trade classes. Well, you have the trades in the district and you don't want to pay us a fair wage. I sat back there, right there with the gentleman. He's one of your, he fixes your ACs. He said at 25 years old, he was making $150,000 a year. He comes into our district for the benefits for his family, and he's making $80,000 a year. And it's never going to grow because if we keep those benefits, you're going to say you can't have increases. So when we retire, we're at the same wage we started at. That's not fair. The teachers get it every year. You're paying the teachers this year to do the same training that the classified people do.
30 seconds.
You're giving them $1,000. I sit there on my lunch and I do it after work because if I do it during work hours, if I take the 8 hours during a work schedule day and do that testing, I got to come in tomorrow and I got to work double hard. Well, after 23 years of working in the district and being in the warehouse, my back hurts. And if I got to work double hard the next day because I have to take a test to keep my job, I can't do it. So, when you're considering the negotiations, think of the people that are, that are needing that money. We need those increases yearly so we can retire at a young age. I'm 59 years old. I got to work till I'm 70. I had planned to come in the district and work in 20 years and going, but with the cost of living and no increases in wage, I got to keep working. And physically, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can lift those boxes day in and day out.
Thank you.
So,
just a clarification, what is your work title? What do you do?
I'm a storekeeper one.
Storekeeper.
I started out as
And
custodian
Where are you?
at the district warehouse.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Hughes, did you? No. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you.
I do. Ms. Romer, I keep hearing that there, I've been here a couple years, I've watched it for a while. Has CSEA received raises, like actual, not just, off schedule, on schedule raises the last 10 years? I mean, I know I just
Yes, there
asked for
have been ongoing. I don't have the specifics for each year of what that was, but last year there was an ongoing raise as well as an off schedule.
And I got a question too, I've been watching for a while. It's kind of been the teachers, if the teachers let's say got a 5%, they would get a 5%. Pretty much, has that been consistent throughout the last few years?
The insurance plans
No,
between
not the insurance. I'm talking about the actual pay raises. Like, so the teachers negotiated and they got, let's say I'm just throwing a number out there, got a 5% pay raise on schedule. So retirement, I would call it PERSable, but STIRSable or whatever it is. Has it been pretty much the teachers get 5% and the CSEA gets 5%?
the total compensation is equal, but it's applied differently because the teachers have a cap on their health and welfare. So when the price of health and welfare increases, that's automatically assigned to the individual teacher to cover that difference. In the classified unit, there's no cap. So classified pay a standard rate towards their health insurance, for example, $100 a month for a plan. So when that increase to the cost of the overall plan is assigned to the district annually, that increase is taken out of the ongoing raise. So if 5% was assigned as the district's availability of funds, 5% would be given to the teachers if they didn't place any money towards their health and welfare cap. On the classified side, the cost of the increase to health and welfare in a percentage would be reduced from the ongoing, because health and welfare and compensation are a total package. And so the value of these health and welfare plans can range from anywhere to $19,000 a year to $23,000 a year. So when you're talking about total compensation, that value is assigned, and the max, I believe, roughly offhand right now, that a classified employee contributes, an 8-hour classified employee, to health and welfare is about $140 a month. So it looks differently. The assessed value or the that is provided to each group has been equal over the last few years, but it comes out differently based off of the two different structures of health and welfare.
In our district, compared to let's pull Hart. I think last year, what kind of pay raises and compensation did Hart offer their employees last year?
I don't know that offhand, but our district's health and welfare package for CSEA is significantly better than surrounding districts, as evidenced by the people that spoke tonight who have come to the district for that health and welfare. Because that cap, the $100, $50, $0 contribution to health and welfare has been in place for several years now without an increase to that.
In addition, this board gave direction to, I think I can say this. Yeah, I think not really said, gave direction to the cabinet to do comparisons through our Antelope Valley to where we want to make sure all our employees are in the higher levels so we can recruit and retain and get the best individuals. That has been this direction of the board, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So I just want to say, one speaker said something like respect and appreciated. I think this board, we've been fighting really hard for our employees, and we say it verbally up here. So I don't know, I'm a little offended by someone saying that, but I just want to make sure we're following what this board has directed you guys to do. And we did TA, right? The union, CSEA, and our management TA'd, and then the employees rejected that.
That's correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's where we're at. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Madam President, thank you.
Thank you. Clint. Is it AA? Oh, Ed, negotiations. Welcome.
I didn't know what I was actually going to say in totality until just now. And I'm going to upset some classified employees tonight, because we have had an unwritten, unspoken Me Too clause with the district for years. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. Last year, the teachers got 5% off schedule bonus. We got 5% off schedule bonus. Last year, the teachers got 5.85% on schedule. We got 3.8 on schedule. The difference is the cost of our benefits. So although we do not have an actual written cap on our benefits, we have been paying for the increase of our benefits every year by way of giving up some of our on-schedule raises. So that's where I kind of fall apart with some of my union members, to where I think things have been pretty fair. However, if individuals want more, this room should be absolutely filled to standing room capacity only. And I've been working diligently for over a year to get classified to support the two-way. The problem that we have right now with negotiations is that the majority of our members do not trust our union leadership. I got to be careful with what I say, because I've been sick for 2 days and my political correctness is at an all-time low right now. Christina Ramos and Charles Hughes have been willing to speak to me with great caution, mind you. They cautioned me greatly, but they listened to me. They have been more helpful and more willing to listen to me than my union leadership. I was completely shut up in our last chapter meeting on the 8th, because I'm speaking against the problems that we have with negotiations. So with that said, I'm asking district to provide us with a proverbial olive branch. There's a great divide to where the membership doesn't trust anybody in leadership, from our union leadership to the district leadership to the board of trustees. And I'm asking you guys to close that gap by having 4 meetings directly with classified employees to answer their questions and address their concerns that are not being addressed in negotiating meetings. That's not being done. So I'm asking for an olive branch to close the gap of distrust so that the membership can actually see the numbers. Because when individuals say that we have not received on-schedule raises over the last 10 years, I'm sorry, forgive me, but that's incorrect information. I just received a large amount of information from some individuals at another school, and I had to correct them because it was incorrect, and it was actually incorrect in the benefit of the district office. The numbers were actually better for us from the district than what was on that information. So with that said, I'm in a position where I'm asking the district to help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I gotta jump in here. Ms. Ramos, we have some tentative dates coming up for negotiations with CSEA, right?
We do. We are at the table on Monday.
Okay, and we still have that the report that we asked you to put together on the evaluations of
Yes,
our
we
area.
have that from last year's rates.
All right, would it be okay? I don't know, I'll ask you, Mr. Neon, is to share that data? Because I think we were very yeah, because I would like to share that. Could we? I don't want us to overstep our role on the union. They've chosen their leaders. We don't want, we don't touch that. But is there any way that we can potentially get that to Miss White, so Miss White could share that with? Because we want to be transparent. We want to try to do the best. I think we've been very transparent up here. We got a union, all pretty much union leaders here. We've always fought for our troops. Now we're on the other side of management, but I don't think our position's ever changed. I think we've said it enough. We want our employees to be taken care of the best that we can. Of course, we have to be fiscally conservative and try to make sure this district keeps going without getting in trouble, but we want to give our employees every single thing that we can give them because we care about our employees. And I think I won't go into the long rant, but I just want to make sure we're taking care of our employees.
And our team can update those numbers based off of the settlements from last year so that we have accurate numbers with the different healthcare costs. And then I'm happy to present those to Mrs. White so that she can see the total compensation, because often that's what gets lost in translation is starting wage might be lower than other districts, but the value of the health insurance plan as a total compensation is really where you see the difference. And so absolutely happy to share that with Karen and go through that.
Yeah, because my understanding is Hart not only had a 0, basically they gave their employees 0, they laid people off as well.
That is my general understanding that layoffs are happening across our area.
And we're not doing that.
We are not.
Absolutely, because we've been fiscally conservative and we've taken care of our resources well.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Thank you. I just want to make sure we're doing that. Thank you.
All right, let's move to 7, educational services. Action items. 7A, review proposed revisions to board policy admin regulation BP 4020, BPAR 4115, BPAR 4121, BP 4136, 4236, 4336, and AR 4200. First read and discussion. Whew. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review the proposed revisions to board policies and admin regulations as presented. It's a first read and discussion. Any discussion on this first read? Anything? No. Thank you for keeping us up with Ed Code. Yes. Okay. And B, review of curriculum guide robotics and engineering honors first read discussion. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees receive the attached curriculum guide for review. First read and discussion. Any discussion? No. I just want to mention, and I've spoken with Mr. Nehan, but for the board to know that I looked at the robotics and engineers honors, and the big question and the big picture is that this is only offered at, it was either 3 or 4 schools. But when we look at the requisites and the equity lens of who is able to take these courses, we have to be intentional about the curriculum that we're going to be approving to make sure that all students are prepared to take such courses and that there's nobody that is given the, upper edge, which is of course not equitable. As we move towards approval or thinking of that the next time it comes to us, just keep that in mind. All right, C, English language arts textbooks and instructional materials review. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees receive the ELA textbook and instructional materials for review. Everyone has received the textbook? Yes, great. Looks great. I want to keep it in my own classroom. D, local control and accountability plan, LCAP federal addendum review. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review the LCAP federal addendum. Everyone has received it in their board agenda. It is, Mr. Nehan, just the mandated federal, so nothing has changed, just some updates. It looked good. Thank you for all that are keeping that moving. E, annual Title I LEA plan program evaluation. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review and approve the Title I LEA plan program evaluation. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Any discussion? All right, having a motion, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. F, adoption of resolution number 2024-25-29 to renew the academies of the Antelope Valley Charter pursuant to Education Code 4760605. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution 2024-25-29, renewing the charter of the academies of the Antelope Valley. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I just want to add that I did notice the change of this charter versus the last time we read it. And I'm glad to see that you call it a legacy clause, and that the military was very much spelled out. I do want to remind Mr. Nehan that we need to make sure that the website will be up to date. The lottery is just following suit with the law. Well published and transparency, because communication for our district, we need to be as transparent as possible.
And
All right.
once again, good job, Mr. Nehan, for listening to the concerns of our constituents and fixing problems. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. 8, personnel services action items, declaration of need for fully qualified educators, 2025-2026. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the attached declaration of need for fully qualified educators as presented. Can I have a motion? Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. B, AVUHSD, AVTA collective bargaining MOU mid-year transfers. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement with AVTA as presented. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. My brain froze for a second. C, 2025-2026 designation of CIF representatives to league. It is recommended the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 designation of CIF representatives to the league. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. 9, business services actions, approve resolution number 2024-2533, authorizing the issuance and sale of the district's first series of measure AVH general obligation bonds. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve resolution number 2024-2533, resolution of Board of Trustees of AVUHSD, counties of LA and Kern, California, authorizing the issuance and sale of its general obligation bonds, dedicated unlimited ad valorem property tax bond 2024 election 2025 Series A in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $76 million and approving certain other matters relating to said bonds. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussions?
Madam President,
Yes,
we do have from Norton Rose Fulbright and La Morena Roland, and from Cal Schools, Jesse Landry. They're here and available if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, would you like to give us a quick little something? 76 million. What are we gonna do with that? You know, be brief, no pressure. Just give us a minute.
Bond? Oh, sorry. What's before you today is the resolution authorizing the first series of the measure AVH general obligation bonds, which district voters approved overwhelmingly by 68%. And so you're authorizing the superintendent and the assistant superintendent of business to enter the public markets and to issue this first series of bonds when your municipal advisor tells them it's a good time in the market to do so.
Hey, thank you. Great, thank you. All right, that was our discussion. Can I get all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you. B, award contract to the lowest responsible bidder, bid number 5/2425, AV High School District Carpet and LVT Replacement. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees award bid number 5/2425, AV High School District Carpet and LVT Replacement to Scango Incorporated, DBA Fashion Floor Covering, as the lowest responsible bidder, and authorize the Assistant Superintendent or designee to execute the contract on behalf of the district. Can I add a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? I hope the carpet is nice looking. No. Excellent. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. C, approval of agreement with Labor Compliance Services Company for Labor and Community Workforce, CWA Compliance Services for bid number 5/2425, AV High School District Carpet and LVT Replacement. It is recommended that the board approves the agreement with Labor Compliance Services Co. in the amount of $7,812 and authorize the assistant sup or designee to execute the contract on behalf of the district. Can I get a motion? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Seeing none, motion passes. D, approval to commence formal bidding for the roof replacement at Adult Ed Avenue J. It is recommended that the board approve the commencement of formal bidding and authorize the assistant superintendent or their designee to review bids and contracts and to execute construction agreements. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. E, contractual agreement for external evaluation services, Fluelling and Moody Incorporated. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the professional service agreement with Fluelling and Moody Incorporated. May I have a motion? I will make that motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Seeing none. And the motion passes. E. Okay. F, approval to commence formal procurement process for district-wide security camera refresh. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve staff to initiate the formal procurement process for the district-wide security camera refresh project and authorize the superintendent or their designee to review the proposals and execute purchase and or service agreements. May I have a motion? Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Hughes?
Yes, this is Mr. Nian, this is the purchase of the new camera systems that we're going to be installing in the schools, correct?
So this is the launching of a bid process as well as permission for the Assistant Super Business Services to actually purchase the cameras or procure the cameras.
I just want to give you a shout out, Mr. Nian. Thank you very much. I mean, we campaigned on bringing safety to the school. We're doing it with the IDs, we're doing it with the camera system, and we're doing it also with the new system that we're going to be placing to detect weapons and stuff like that. So good job on protecting our students and pushing this forward. And thank you to our safety committee for pushing these recommendations and to all the staff that are that's involved with that. So good job, congratulations, and we're going to make the school safer. Thank you.
And Mr. Hughes, if I may, not only the safety of our students, but the staff and all that are in the building at the time and outside.
Yes, ma'am. I'll invite you to our next safety committee so you can express that to all the.
All right, so
Thank you for your leadership, Madam President.
You're very
Go ahead for the
welcome.
vote.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. G, cafeteria renovations, Meteor Education. It is recommended that the board authorize food services to proceed with the renovations as presented. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. H.
Madam President, we pulled item H.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Forgot to mark it there. All right, 10, admin services, action items. Appointment of members to the board's parent advisory committee. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees appoint members to the board's parent advisory committee. I would like to make that motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, the discussion. So if we can, I would like us to give the name for who we would like to appoint to the parent advisory committee, and then we will figure out next steps.
Madam President, if you guys remember, I've already appointed the
Yes.
president, Newt Gillette.
Yes.
I've spoken with Mr. Gillette. He still wants to do this. However, if you, as Madam President, want to appoint a new president, he has no problem stepping aside of that appointment that we did previous. So you could go ahead and appoint the president of that
The advisory.
advisory committee.
Yeah, I think we should see who's in the room, and then we can determine at that time.
I will defer to you, Madam
Okay.
President, but Newt said that he still is absolutely interested, and that would be my
Excellent.
appointment.
And Mrs. Hernandez, were you able to find someone?
Yes.
Okay. Name, Mr. Nihan. Are you ready? Ready. Okay.
Yadira Mendieta.
You got that?
Yes. Each board of trustee has one appointee, Mr. Nihan, and then I will be the chair. Unless we want to chair, this was.
Mr. Nihan has an appointment as well.
Yes, and we'll get to you in a moment. Miguel, Mr. Sanchez,
Gonna go with Mickey Martinez.
Mickey Martinez. M like Michael,
M-I-K.
M like Mickey. Great. And then my appointee is Melanie Soundy, Soundy. And then Mr. Nehan, your appointee.
Pastor Rodney Taylor.
President Corona, please remember also you will have to get a appointee from Miss May.
Oh, I have that. Or does she need to tell me? I mean, if she gave it to me, can I?
Vote.
Huh?
Go proxy. It's all right.
You can share the information.
Okay. Please hold. I think she may be listening to this meeting right now.
Aloha.
Julia Hernandez.
Another good choice.
All right. That was our discussion part. So if we can go ahead and vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none. All right. We have our advisory committee, parent advisory committee. B, adopt resolution number 2024-2534 National Teacher Appreciation Week, May 5th through 9th, 2025. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2024-2534 National Teacher Appreciation Week, May 5th through 9th, 2025. I would like to make that motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you every day for the teachers. I appreciate them so much. That's my discussion. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. C, adopt resolution number 2023-2435, Classified School Employee Week, May 18 through 24th, 2025. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2024-2535, Classified Employee Week, May 18th through the 24th of this year. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you, and we appreciate you every day.
Every day.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. D, adopt resolution number 2024-2536, National School Nurse Day, May 7, 2025. It is recommended that the board adopt resolution number 2024-2536, National School Nurse Day, May 7th of this year. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. I have a lot of nurses.
Second.
I'll second that one on nurse.
You do too? Yeah.
Any discussion?
Me too.
All right, we
And
appreciate.
we married way up above our league, Miguel.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. All right, so now we're on to 11, approve consent agenda. Approve items listed in the following consent agenda categories: educational services, student, personnel, business, and admin services. Actions proposed for the consent agenda are items consistent with adopted policies and approved practices of the district and are deemed routine in nature. The board will be asked to approve all of the items in the consent agenda by a single vote unless any member of the board asks for that item to be removed from the consent agenda to be considered and discussed separately. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the items listed in the following consent agenda categories: educational, student, personnel, business, and admin services as presented. Will you pull now, or do I do the motion first?
You
If we want to
do
pull
you
for
do you want to
discussion
pull
only.
discussion
Yeah.
only? Go ahead, pull first and then make the motion.
All right. Do you have to pull any? Would you like to pull anything, Cynthia? Miguel?
No, I'm good.
Just 12B and 15A. So the
Discussion will be correct.
discussion only, yes. 12B and 15A.
I'll make a motion.
All right,
Discussion.
discussion. So the 12B is the dress code. Dress code? Yes, okay. The dress code. Just for discussion, we realized last meeting that this dress code policy hadn't been looked at in over 30 years. And here we are in 2025. We've updated it. I think it's very well written and for the times, and hopefully the students, because you had input as well. My question is, or just food for thought for the board, is the infrastructure that will be created on the site levels for consistency, so that we, from principal all the way to any other staff, everyone is on the same page about enforcement, and a student should not go to out of dress code in period 1, the teacher sees them, but then all of a sudden in period 5, they're now getting a demerit or whatever they're called, warnings. So it's the infrastructure that I want to ensure that you are implementing. Fair, firm, and consistent.
Consistent. The only thing that I would say is that when students come to school in the morning and it's chilly, they have a hoodie or sweatshirt on, they go to lunch, it's warm, they take it off. So we have to monitor dress code throughout the day. But the consistency point is heard.
Yes, and also perhaps there needs to be a conversation about, okay, if it's cold in the morning, let's say they are in period 5 or 6, what does that enforcement look like after 5th period or lunch? You know, just looking at the big picture. Thank you. And then 15A was, I think, donations. Donations. Thank you. Thank you to all of the donors and people that are giving to this amazing district and to our amazing youth that are just doing great things. The list was very long this month, and just very grateful. All right. We have the motion, we have the second. All right, now we can vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Now, all right. Great. Let's go ahead and move to 17 from the board superintendent. Let us start with Mr. San Gabriel.
I just want to highlight something earlier, one of the presentations that we had about CTE, and how I really think that as a student myself is really important that getting these certifications, this knowledge as a high schooler is very impactful as for the student and for the community in the future. And I can speak this as someone who is in CTE classes from Palmdale High School, taking the Health Careers Academy. Like as a student, having these certifications that can save lives, and not even outside of the medical, like even just going to like other fields that CTE classes offer is like a really great way for students to get to maximize their knowledge and the opportunities for their future. And I think that the moving forward is like a really good way where the district is going. And then just one last thing is, I know I have like a few more meetings left here, so I'm just wrapping up my time as a student board member, which is going by pretty fast, but I've definitely been honored and enjoyed my time being here. And we're in a process of electing our new student board member for the next upcoming school year. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. San Gabriel. Mr. Hughes.
I just want to say, Mr. Nehan, cabinet, staff, you guys are doing an amazing job. We've been up here for what, 2.5 years now. We just were thoroughly impressed on you guys' commitment. Please keep it up. So thank you. That's all I really have to say. Thank you.
Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah, I just want to thank the teachers, the principals, and the schools for being so welcoming to me. I know I've been here for a few months now, and everyone, the cabinet, thank you for explaining things to me detailed. I continue to learn more, and I hope that I can be of more use to the staff and the schools and better our schools for the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Just want to say thank you for West Cal Academy for coming out. Partnering up, and partnerships are always good. More out there, so we're looking forward. Maybe we could work something out. And last but not least, I want to throw a shout out to Team Primetime. I love the fact that it has grown, and it's going to only grow further than this. So I thank you, staff out there that made it happen. You know who it is. But no, it was a big asset for all the kids because they united everybody. You know, I know I haven't been out there. IBW has me busy out there, so I'll be out there soon. I will, but thank you.
And now it's my turn. Hi. Thank you, everyone. I just want to mention that I had the pleasure and privilege to go to Independence City this past Saturday at Eastside High School. Wow, what an amazing morning. And I was only able to stay an hour because I had already a commitment, but it was really important for me to see this. And Ms. Williams and your entire team and staff that put this together, Mr. Case, it's your dream, it's your child. So beautiful and impressive. And the speaker, whoever chose that speaker, was amazing. I can't say enough positive things about it. And I would just ask next year, please ask the board for help and ask the board if we want to donate, because I felt left out. I wanted to give a little. Yes, next year.
Yeah, because I went to it 2 years ago.
Okay. Yes, it's so fascinating. Fascinating. And it just makes you humble yourself a little about where people are and where we just sit in such a place of service, and that we should continue to just give back. So the five of us have such heavy lifts, but we got this together because we are a team. The other, I just wanted to shout out to the AVUHSD student exhibition that was at the MOA Cedar. I think it may still be up. If you have a chance to go, it's free. Our students are so talented in the visual arts, from, you know, the clay, the sculpture, different, I don't even know all the different words of the visual because I'm a performing arts person, but I was so moved. And I hope all of you will be as moved, because the art is going to come here. I want the next rotation to have some of these art pieces. I mean, fascinating. And then next year, I hope we can have some sort of board award or something that we can jury ourselves, because it was just so beautiful. And I'm just grateful. I just feel really grateful. So thank you all so much. And that is where I will leave it. Oh, I always for Mr. Greg. I apologize. Mr. Hughes has to keep me in check. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I will be brief. I want to echo the comments regarding Independence City. It is humbling to be there. Case, outstanding child. And even though you're retired, you can come back. We had this conversation. So once a year, you're more than welcome to come back. And then I wanted to just a quick note for our seniors. The last few weeks are going to go very quickly. Make the best of it educationally and make the best of it socially. Make good choices, but savor these last few weeks of high school, because you will likely end up remembering them for the rest of your life.
Apologies, Mr. Nian. Thank you for those strong closeout words. All right, now we're going to move to closed session. We are going to report out 18D. May I please have a motion to approve administrative hearing panel recommendations for student expulsions, and to order as presented the expulsion of 7 students. May I have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any noes? Okay, seeing none, motion passes. Item 18E, during the closed session, the board considered a request to waive healthful living for an AVUHSD student, HW 2024-25013. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the request. Item 18F, during closed session, the board considered claim number 2503-24001. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Item 18G, during closed session, the board considered claim number 250403-001. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Item 18H, during closed session, the board considered claim number 250404-001. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Item 18I, during closed session, the board considered the existing litigation case number 24 STCV 14229 settlement. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. Item 18J, during closed session, the board considered the existing litigation case number 22 AVCV 00813 settlement. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. Item 18K, during the closed session, board considered the existing litigation case number 23 AVCV 01017 settlement. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. Item 18L, during closed session, the board considered the existing litigation case number 23 AVCV 00823 settlement. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. That was a lot of letters and numbers. Okay. All right. B, adjournment.
Make the motion.
May I have a
I will
motion?
second that.
Any discussion? Good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Aye. Oh, we forgot to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed. No. Seeing that motion pass.